This is the Hope HB130. It's Hope's new 130mm travel 29er trail bike, and it's an update on their old HB160, which is 160mm travel 650B wheeled enduro bike. Now the problem with the old bike, although meticulously and beautifully made, was that it was a little bit short and a little bit tall in the seat tube. And Hope admit that when it was released it was already slightly out of date. Thankfully we can say that they've improved on both those things with the new bike. Although the travel is shorter, Hope have made the reach measurements considerably longer, and although the extra large size tops out at 495mm long, seat tubes are short across the range, which means that most riders will be able to upsize. The head angle is fairly slack and the seat tube is fairly steep, which should aid climbing as well. Chainstays are fixed across the size range at an averagely long 435mm, but a nice feature is a flip chip in the linkage, which allows you to drop the bottom bracket and slacken out the head angle, turning the bike from a kind of mile-munching trail bike into something that's much more downhill capable. Something that's remained unchanged from the HB160 is the method of construction. The front end is completely full carbon, but the rear end is made in Hope's traditional construction method of CNC machined aluminium. Also unchanged is Hope's ethos of manufacturing everything they can in-house. This starts with the moulds that are used to form the carbon, extends to the frames, which are laid up by hand, and then of course the finishing kit, where Hope supply as many of their own parts as possible. Now because moulds are expensive to make, Hope are actually only offering the bike in a medium, large and extra large sizes. They're going to wait and see if there's demand before they make a size small. The front triangle is constructed of 3 different weaves of carbon fibre. 2 weaves that give the frame its strength, and then a very fine weave over the top which gives the frame its finish. Hope are leaving the frames raw carbon with no paint options so they can showcase the quality of the manufacturing. When you buy the HB130 there's loads of customisation options, and these include things like the stem length, the rim width, and then also things like the suspension. So you've got the choice of Fox 36, which is what we rode, and then you can go full Öhlins for no extra cost. The HB130's Horstlink inspired design doesn't change too much from what Hope have used previously, but they've tweaked the Kinematic to make the bike slightly more pedal efficient, given that this is more of a trail bike rather than an enduro bike. I have to say that I was pretty impressed by this during testing, and I rarely found the need to use the climb switch on the shock at all, even on pretty long uphills. That bit at the end's wicked. Hope are offering the HB130 either as a frame set or as a complete bike. Now the frame set comes with a few items like their Pro 4 hub, which is sized to their proprietary 130mm spacing rear end, and it also comes with a kind of internal threaded bottom bracket setup, which they're using as like a hybrid of press fit and threaded. Now don't get too worried about different standards because these come pre-installed into the frames and you simply pop the bearings in and out as you would a regular bottom bracket. The 130mm rear end has been done because Hope believe that a symmetrical dish makes for a stronger wheel, and it also has the benefit of giving you excellent heel and obstacle clearance. So in Hope's objective to make the ultimate all-rounder, I reckon they've done a pretty good job. Now of course this comes at a price, and in this case it's £6,299.99. Now that is a lot of money for a bike, but you do have to remember that you're getting something that's made by hand in the UK and has great support all the way through the process. The frames come with a lifetime warranty and you get lifetime bearing replacement, and then of course there's the huge amount of customisation options too. As standard as well is the SRAM X01 Eagle drivetrain. Of course the HB130 comes with a lot of Hope's own brand parts. It's got their Tech 3 E4 brakes, which come with a choice of rotor sizes. Then there's their new Fortus wheel set, which comes with a choice of rim widths. There's their own carbon handlebar, and their stem, which has a choice of 35 or 50mm lengths. So whilst this is a boutique bike with a price tag to match, you're not paying all that for the frame, and you are getting some very top drawer kit as well. That's good. Yeah. Although the HB130 only has 130mm of travel, it actually feels incredibly capable. You might not have the luxury of being able to run as much sag as you would on an enduro bike, but it's still a very capable bike up and down the hills. I started testing with the bike in the high setting, where the more upright position was great for eating up the miles, and it actually rode pretty well down hills too. After about a day though, I switched it into the low setting and it really came alive. The combination of the modern geometry and the capable suspension meant that I was really pushing it hard into the corners, and it was only on the really big kind of hits where you would expect a 130mm bike to suffer a little bit that I did start to find the limits. I had to remind myself at times when I did get a bit out of shape that this isn't an enduro race bike, it is a trail bike, but at the same time it's a super capable all-round bike, and I found I could push it really hard on the downhills as well as climbing pretty fast on the ups too. Now, really, whether you should buy the HB130 comes down to how much store you put in UK manufacturing. Are you bothered about a bike that's made in Taiwan but may ride really well, or do you want to feel like you're riding something that's a labour of love and there's a real connection to the people who made it? So does the HB130's heritage justify its boutique price tag, and is the build kit suitable to match? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also hit the bell so you get notifications when we upload new videos.